Hello.
Welcome.
Episode 5, Girl Talk from the Bench.
We did it a full month of episodes.
I know. I'm so excited.
Yeah, same. Look at us doing something.
Look at us go. Like, we're not busy enough. We were like, let's start a podcast.
Oh my God. There's so much happening right now. I'm like, I don't know how we're also doing this, but
No, me neither.
we are.
No, but it's good. I like it. It's like a fun little way to like catch up with each other because we never talk during the week, you know?
No, we fully ignore each other all week long, and now we get to talk.
But I did have a friend reach out to me who was like, shout out Rachel, who's on her bachelorette right now.
Rachel.
She reached out to me and she was like, I love that it feels like I get to like hear how your week is going, even though we like don't see each other every week. So I thought that was really cool.
Aw,
Yeah. So
I love that.
love that. Love you,
I
Rach.
haven't had every shout out from any of my friends. Just
Step
kidding.
it up.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I did talk to my best friend, Emma, yesterday from home, and she did say, she was like, "Oh, bangs, bangs." So I'm like, okay.
She knows.
Yeah.
We've got inside jokes with our listeners.
Oh my God. You guys, you need a name.
Yeah. We had a thought. Should we share it?
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
let us know what you guys think about the bench warmers. Or like the benchettes. Like, we
Ooh,
want to know
benchettes.
like what you guys think.
Benchies.
It's your name, so
You tell us.
You tell us, but I'm excited to hear.
If anyone has any good ideas, put them forward.
Please do. So I have to tell you guys what I was doing yesterday. So if you know me at all, or really if you don't even know me at all, I am not a runner. Like, that is just one basic thing that you should know about me. I like to stay active in other ways, but running is not one of them. And so every year ASU does an honor run for Pat Tillman. And I'm in New York now. There's an ASU Alumni Association here in New York. And so last year I ran the 4.2 miles because the number was 42. And this year I ran it again. And I don't train. Like, I don't do any, I think we walked like
the day before for 30 minutes.
And I was like, okay, we're good to go. And every year,
did my training.
Exactly. And I'm always like, it's fine. Like, I'm going to walk. Like, who cares? Like, I'm just going to walk the whole thing. No, I end up running like half of it. And I don't know why I do that because I'm not a runner. So now my body is aching and it's only day 1. So like day 2 is going to be so much worse, but I'm just like dreading it. And every year I'm like, I'm not doing this. And also starting a running tradition 11 years after I was in like the best shape of my life doesn't
Feels
really
insane.
Yeah, like I never did it in college, but now I'm like, let's run. Like, ugh, it's so annoying.
Oh my God. I am also not a runner. I don't know, 5-6 years ago, I did do the half marathon in LA, and I signed up for it well in advance. I did some training, but not any amount of like the amount of training you should do. And I did it anyway, and I died, and I haven't run since. So,
One day I'm going to get you to do this with me.
No.
That's what the people want. Give the people what they want.
No. One thing you should know about me is I will never run another day in my life.
I know. I said the same thing though, and every year I'm like, I sign up like the week before because I'm like, I'm not doing it.
I don't know why. It gets you in the end.
I get peer pressured into it.
I know. I was saying last week I don't have FOMO, so I'm like, you go do that. You have fun.
It's for a good cause, I guess. So at least there's like that.
I'll donate, but I won't do the running part.
Yeah. And then afterwards we go to a bar and we all like drink and do raffles, and I never win. So now I'm like kind of like I have to go every year until I win. And then maybe once I win I can stop.
Okay.
That's what it's
the winning. Winning prizes. Well, it's so funny because like that's how I feel about Coachella. I'm like, I just want to go to like the road thing and the 818 thing, and I want to get all the little things, but like the actual experience, I'm like, meh.
Yeah, except Justin.
Right.
And Sabrina, we would want to go to those, but that's it. We'd spend all day at Road and 818, go home, nap, and then like come back
for the performance. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So funny, which we're obviously going to get into all of that. And like, I just really can't wait to talk about it. But yeah, no, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
But we got to start with what we read.
Yep, absolutely. The usual. I can just start because I didn't actually finish any books this week. I started Canticle and then paused it to switch to When No One Is Watching because that's our book club book that we have book club this week. So I haven't finished either of those, but they're both in progress.
Okay. And I did finish When No One Is Watching. I'm kind of like, don't want to give my rating. I guess you kind of know already how I feel about it. And by the time, right? I told you?
Not really.
Okay. Well, do you want to hear or should I wait till Tuesday?
Um,
I don't want to like throw you off.
yeah, wait till I finish the book.
Okay. Okay. I gave it a certain amount of stars. Obviously. I gave it between 1 and 5 stars. So yeah, so I'll share. We have book club on Tuesday, so I'll share there, and then she'll hear it, and then I'll share with you guys next week. And actually, by the time this is posted, we'll have like already talked about it. So maybe I'll still have Sarah share my ratings for it. But
Perfect.
I did finish another one as well. I read The Lying Game I think it's by Ruth Hare, I believe. I gave that Ruth Ware.
Oh.
Sorry, Ruth. I did give that one 3 stars.
Okay, nice.
Is that good?
It's like middle of the road,
Okay.
I feel like.
I'm like a 4 or 5 girl, so whenever I have to give something 3, I'm like, I'm sorry.
I know, that's why it was such a big deal though when you gave that one book 2 stars. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's when you know it's really bad.
It
I feel
was
like
deserved.
3 is like, it was readable, it was good,
Yeah.
but like, you know.
That's definitely, you know what, that's so true because this book was like another mystery. You guys will learn I love a mystery. And so like there was like some twists, but they were just like so boring. Like they were twists, and I was like, oh wow. That's how
I'm shocked.
And I was like, oh, that's different. That's different. But like I wasn't like, oh my gosh. So
yeah.
that's why I got 3 stars.
Okay, got it.
And it was fine. So yeah, those are the books.
Is that a book to movie or just a book?
No, just a book. There is a show on Netflix called The Lying Game, but it's not related.
Okay.
I thought it was. So I was like, saw it on Netflix and I was like,
Got
oh my
it.
gosh, I'm reading this. And I was like, nope, this is not
Totally
it at all.
different.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's just a book. Both of those are just books. Just books.
Just books. That's just a book.
But we do have a book. I'm reading a book right now that is coming out on the 15th. Called Margot's Got Money Troubles. Oh no, it's in my room because I'm reading it. I was going to say it's on my bookshelf, but
yeah, you talked about it last week because you were reading it.
Yes. So that comes out this week. I'm very excited. So hopefully it's pretty spot on, but I'm excited for the cast. I think it's going to be a good, like the story seems really cute. And I feel like I'll probably cry in the movie. Not sure, but I just feel like I will. Very possible.
It's a movie, not a TV show.
I think so. I think it's a movie. That's a great question.
Nice. Who's in it? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yes. Elle Fanning. And I think maybe she grows up because then I think Nicole Kidman maybe plays her. I think she plays like the older version of her. I haven't gotten to old Margot yet, so I'm not sure. And then Michelle Pfeiffer plays her mom.
Okay.
And then Nick Offerman, who's from Parks and Rec, he plays her dad, which I'm really excited because I love the dad so far in the book. So I'm excited to see him play dad.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll be cute. April 15th. Look out for that one.
Do we know if it's coming out like on streaming or in the theaters or both?
I think it's going to be streaming. I believe it's streaming.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I know. Super exciting. We have some. Oh, we went to a game this week.
We did. Yeah, we told you we were going to Mets Diamondbacks and we did it.
Yeah, it was good.
It was so fun.
We went with a friend who came with us, Jen. And it was a lot of fun. We sat in like 300 section, which like you can see the whole field.
Yeah, good seats. It was freezing.
Yeah.
The weather has been like so up and down here.
Because now it's beautiful.
Today's beautiful. Yep. And I think like the day before was really nice, but then like it got cold and it was kind of like windy, not super windy, but it was like breezy. Yes, we could.
It was crazy.
It was freezing.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than that though, it was great.
The game was good. And I was wearing a Diamondbacks hat.
Yeah, she was.
Had to represent. And
there were a few other Diamondbacks in our section.
Yes.
Like 3
friends. There were 3 of us. Small but mighty.
Yeah, exactly.
And we came back. We were down 1-0 to like the 5th inning or something like that. And then they switched out the pitcher to an old Diamondbacks pitcher. And then I think we got 4 runs off of him, I think.
Yeah. And then they brought in a new pitcher, and then you got
like 2 more or 3 more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it was bad. Mets really screwed it up at the end. They did so well. They were 1-0 for most of the game.
Yes. And I was like, oh, it's over.
And then they really screwed it up.
And I did
Which
not let
everyone
up.
was like, this is what being a Mets fan is like.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? That's like what being an Arizona sports fan is. So I like expected fully to like just not do well. And so I was kind of shocked when we like, obviously I know the team's good, but when we 7-1 was crazy. And I didn't let up.
They gave a lot of hits.
Yeah, and I was not forgiving. I was like, haha, losers. I was like not letting go of the
fact. Her at every sports event. So what? It's not any different.
Nobody's shocked. Everyone's jaws stayed in the same place.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was a really fun game though to go to. So that was good.
It's always just like the most fun. I didn't grow up going to a ton of baseball games. Like we went occasionally. We have family in San Diego, so I remember going to a couple Padres games when I was like younger. But growing up in New Mexico, we don't really have great sports teams. Yeah. We do have a team in Albuquerque, but like that's 2 hours away. So my family wasn't going down there on the weekends.
What team is it?
The Isotopes. It's not a professional team.
Oh.
It's not baseball? Like an MLB. Yeah.
Minor league?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but like we weren't driving down there to go on the weekend. So I didn't grow up going to a ton of baseball games. And now as an adult going, it's just like so much fun. Like the vibes are so fun. You get a hot dog, a pretzel, a beer. Like,
yeah,
it's just a fun time.
I love a good vibe at a game. Like, there's just nothing better. We got a hot dog and pretzel and like seltzers, and we had ourselves a time.
Yeah, it was so fun.
It was good. It was a lot of good times. And then last week when I was home, I watched the NCAA championship with my family. And UCLA won for girls. They like dominated for girls. I was kind of shocked like how bad it was. But obviously excited for them. That was really cool. And then for the boys, I was really rooting for UConn, but Michigan won. But it was a really close game the whole time, which we love a close game, especially when you have no skin in the game. You want it to be a close game. And so that was like what I wanted to see. UConn came back at the end, but at the end, Michigan, number one, they won it all. So we're not mad at that.
Good job, Michigan.
I do want to see some birth certificates though. There was one guy who was like a graduate. He was like a graduate student. And I'm like,
this doesn't seem like it should count. This feels not okay.
Like if you're older than half the Lakers, like you can't play.
No, agreed.
Just kidding. I have no idea how old he is, so he could be 21.
She's making up stuff over there.
He's like kid, boy genius or something.
He's like, I'm 25.
Yeah. Still feels old. Because some of them are like 18. Like,
True.
No, but it was really good games. And then we have the Masters going on right now.
Yeah.
Which I watched a lot yesterday. I know some people like my friend goes all out for the Masters.
Really?
Theme drinks and snacks and how
fun.
Dresses up. I'm not one of those, but I do love to watch. I grew up watching golf. Were you a golf watcher with your dad? Yeah, I grew up, or your mom, or whatever. Whoever. My dad loved golf, so we had golf on every single weekend. So I just grew up loving it. And I was watching yesterday, and a fun fact: Rory McIlroy, he's Irish, I think. We love him. Someone called him a whiner yesterday, but whatever. He was up going into yesterday 6 strokes, which put him at 12 under. The next person closest to him was at 6 under. That's the largest in Masters history. But then he fumbled a little bit, and at the end of the day, he was tied for 11 under with someone else. And Young, actually, who's my dad. My dad wants him to win because he's American. He goes, any American. Any other American guys. I'm like, all right, but we love Rory in our household.
Rory, what happened, bud?
I know, and he won last year, and he'd only be the 4th person in history to win back-to-back. Not that it's over, like it's going on right now, so he could still do it, but I'm looking for a Jordan Spieth pull out. He's my boyfriend, my golf boyfriend, and he is at 2 under, so you know.
Sure.
Hope he has a crazy day.
He's in it. We'll say he still has a shot. You never know. I mean, I don't know because I don't know anything about golf. So I'm like, under, over, okay. Sure.
Girl, under sounds
6
bad.
strokes.
Under sounds really bad.
Like 6, 12? I don't know. It doesn't seem like a big difference.
Man, so funny. But no, we'll see how he does. I'm sure he's done playing it. He's probably not even close. But I love him. So anyway, that's what's going on in the world of sports right now. Lots of fun.
Love it. All the fun
stuff.
things. Yeah.
Still really far away from football, and I'm fine.
She says. We literally were on the train coming back from the game the other night, the Mets game, and she looks out the window and sees someone at a train stop in a Packers jacket, and she's like, "Oh my God, Packers!"
I forgot to tell you too. Yesterday at the run, there was a guy in a Micah Parsons Packers jersey, and I go, "Go Pack, go!"
She can't
I
help
will
herself.
find you.
If you are on the street wearing any sports memorabilia of any kind, but especially if you're a Diamondback or a Packer or like a Dodger, like she will say something.
And you better know. Like when people are like, "What?" and I'm like, even if you don't realize you're wearing the outfit, you still know you're a fan. So like, say something.
Yeah. It's
fine.
also funny too because like I remember one time we were walking and there was a guy who had like a jacket of one team and a hat of another team, and you were like, WTF, what's happening? They were like two different football teams.
Yeah, and
like,
they always like
no.
are like, "I just liked that," and I'm like, "You're so annoying."
Or like that one guy at the commissioner who's like, "Oh, I got this at a thrift shop," and you're like,
he was wearing like a vintage Diamondbacks jersey, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like so cool." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I just got this at a vintage shop," and then he continuously wore it every week.
yeah, you're like, what are you doing?
So anyway, there are people like that out there, and it's fine.
So she's super chill about sports.
I will not judge you. It's fine. But yeah, that's all that's going on right now. Not all, but that's the big
The main highlights.
Main highlights. Suns made it into the playoffs. Okay, that's the last thing.
Suns. Okay, great. I'm like, sport. Okay, basketball. Got it.
Register. Sun. Got it.
Oh my God.
What else is going on right now?
Oh God. I mean, I just honestly feel like Coachella has taken over my life.
Can you please use the official name?
Bieberchella.
Thank you.
Which I'm like, come on, there had to be a better name. Like just Cella.
Just Cella, you guys. Just Cella.
Cella. I don't know. Bieberchella feels like such a mouthful. But anyway, no, I love it.
It's a lot.
No, I have woke up this morning because obviously New York time zone, and my feed was just like Justin Bieber, Justin Bieber, Justin Bieber, Justin Bieber, Justin Bieber, as it should be, you know. But no, I've had so much fun like looking at all the videos and stuff. It looked amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna make her watch the whole live stream later.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to. I'm like, I would watch it anyway, and like it's feels like such a big monumentous thing to watch, and I feel like he did some like really cool things that we haven't seen like on a stage of that size. So I love that he was like singing along with himself as a kid and like YouTube and pulling up the whole like YouTube and live stream thing was so fun. I think you know what he did was just like really authentic to like who he is, an artist he is now, and it felt really cool, and I'm excited to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, no, it was so like everyone keeps using the word healing, and I'm like, as like a believer from the beginning, like it does feel really healing. Also because like Justin, I feel like has such a special such a special connection to him anyway through like Madison.
Yeah.
And so everything he does, like just like seeing him smile like on stage, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it just feels so magical and wonderful. And he did Confident, which Madison was in that music video, so like that's fun, and like just all the things, like all the songs, like he did Never Say Never. I'm like obsessed with that song and the rap part. And yeah, it was just like beautiful to see like everyone like appreciate too. Like Katy Perry was out there like geeking out about Bieberchella. Like it was just so cool to watch. And then obviously on the flip side of things, we have Sabrina, who freaking goes out there and like puts on a show. She like everything that went into that just looked unreal. And I have seen her in concert now a few times. I've seen this tour, I think like 4 times. But anyway, it just was so cool to see like how she did it so different, and she incorporated like Man's Best Friend and all these different things. And I just am like in awe of her performance style and like the way she captivates an audience. And it's cool to like see the two back-to-back nights, like so different, but both so captivating and wonderful. And I would have known every song of both. So anyway.
Yeah. She would have.
Yes. And Will Ferrell coming out. What the heck?
I know. Will Ferrell.
Sarandon. Like, it's just like so crazy.
She had some good. And then Justin also had
Thames,
Kid Laroi.
And Haley, Babe Hallelujah. Guys, I watched that video.
Baby Jack, hallelujah.
Baby Jack, hallelujah. Like, I simply
So
cannot.
cute. No.
No.
It definitely, I feel like we've seen some like discussion online about how, you know, Sabrina did this whole big show and Justin did, I think, what people are considering like a less impressive performance. And I think it's not really fair to like compare the two because they're such different artists.
Yeah.
And like also Justin of 15 years ago would have put on a completely different show.
Yes.
Same as Sabrina 15 years ago. So like they both have evolved into different artists. And I think both of their sets reflected like who they are as artists right now. And I think what Justin did was just as impressive as what Sabrina did, which was equally as impressive.
Yep. I agree. I think Sabrina has the ability to like do something like that and not feel like cheesy or inauthentic or overdone because
gimmicky.
Everything she does like has a purpose and has like, you know, a moment for everything. Like it's all so thought out, and I love that about her. And then Justin, it would have felt so inauthentic for him to come up there and be like backup dancers and like doing all these things, and like everyone would have been like, what? Like, what is this? Who are you? Like, he doesn't feel happy. But like, if you love Justin, like, one, you wanted all those songs played. Two, the second you saw his smile, like nothing else really mattered.
Right.
Like, you could just see like how much it, you know, meant to him. And yeah, I think that they both were so well done. And I am so sad I wasn't there. But like, we talked about this. I'm like, I'm not a Coachella person. Like, I'm not. And so it would have really just been like me going to see Justin or me going to see Sabrina. And like, that's it. And it would have felt not like a waste of money, but like, it's just like
a little bit.
Because I live in New York now. And it's like, I'm not close. Maybe if I was still in LA, 1000%, I probably would have gone.
Yeah.
But being here, it's like, that's like a whole production to get over there and do all that. And I think just like being able to see it, I was like, okay. He's doing great. Sabrina killed it. Like,
yeah. Totally.
That's what I needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And there's so many people. Like Weekend 1 is always so like star-studded and like star-filled, I feel like. And Weekend 2 is more like not as much. Like the, you know, all the different people going, all the celebrities, all the social, like the influencers on social media are all out there. Like Alex Earl was hanging out with Madeline Klein, and like Ben was hanging out with Kendall Jenner. All my girls like together, like I just simply can't. I'm not okay. And Timmy was there. Timmy and Kylie were together watching Justin. It's like everything is right in the world when that happens for those 5, you know, that hour they were together. Yeah, for those 5 people and myself, my close personal friends.
No, absolutely. I do feel like it's so fun just like seeing everybody. I don't know. I just like, it's fun. I love the content. Like I love all the clothes. Like I love to see everyone getting ready, having a good time. I love to see all the like activations and the pop-ups and all the things happening. It just is like so fun to, you know, see it all going down.
Do you have a favorite? Sorry, I'm totally putting you on the spot. Do you have a favorite outfit this year? Or like a favorite best dress this year? I don't know that I do. I was saying I like Helena Ford's outfit. But then Grace from Love Island also wore the same outfit. And like that.
No, we did.
Controversial.
Yeah. We just saw that today, how they both were in the exact same outfit.
I think on the same day.
Yikes, girls. From the same family.
Yeah.
I'm like,
we didn't talk?
Do we have the same stylist? And if so, rude, honestly, of the stylist. Honestly, I really, 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 really liked Kylie's outfit. And
on
people,
day one?
Yeah, and people hate it. The white top with the jeans. I loved it. I thought it was so cute.
Yeah.
And people really hated it. And I'm like, whatever, I liked it.
I too. I like a simpler Coachella fit, which may not be the mood, but again, I'm not a Coachella person.
Yeah, agreed.
I like the simpler outfits, and so like even Kendall in her little white tank top with her shorts like looked so cute to me.
So
like
cute.
I think I'm just looking more for like street style and like chill style than like the like glitz and glam of everything, but I appreciate that other people
everyone
love
going
that.
all out. I did like Millie's outfit from Love Island. Yes. She looked super cute. Like that was a little bit more towards the like Coachella vibe.
Top.
Yeah. And then also Sophie from Love Island. Yeah. She had like the little white top with like the brown leather pants with that like the white ruffle on them. That was cute. So I agree. I'm like a little bit more on the simpler side of things.
Yeah.
Not that I don't appreciate the people that go out, because I consume that content just as much, where I'm like, let me see like
Yeah.
all the things, put on all the bracelets and layer all the belts. And I'm like, that's
Mm-hmm.
not my thing or what I would wear to Coachella, but I
Yeah.
still appreciate the look. But no, I do. I'm like obsessed with Kylie's outfit.
Same. I think she looks so cute and so happy.
And then also Haley looked so cute too in the
her
road.
dress.
Yes. The pink and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
It was so
It
cute.
looked so good on her.
Yeah.
And she looked so good. Yeah. No, I loved all of those. Also, I need to hear from anyone, because we were talking about this. Anyone who like does the like car camping Coachella. What's the trust level there?
Tell us everything.
Because I think in theory, it looks like we love to watch the like, come set up our camp with us. And like, it's so fun. And like the mattress toppers and the blah, blah, blah. If someone wants to go up and set that up for me, I would love that. And like we were saying, like I could do it for 2 nights. Like I really could. I would probably be like day 3 miserable and never go outside again for like a week. But I could do it. It's just like, what do you mean I'm leaving all of my belongings here for anyone to go in it? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah. No, we definitely need to hear from the people, because it's like you also, that thing where it's like what you see on social media, is it actually real? Because I also saw people talking about how like you have to have your phones like strapped down because people are stealing phones at Coachella and like all of these things. And then I'm also seeing like the winds like blowing tents all over. And this one guy I watched, he was like, I had my stuff staked down, but this tent still blew.
Well, I heard the wind was like insane this year.
Yeah, it was apparently really bad. But I'm also like, what? I'm like, I don't know that I would, in the middle of the night or sleeping, then going to bed, it's just in the open. I'm like,
that's it. I'm like, okay, I tried.
I'm like, can you leave once you go? They're like,
literally.
Once you're in there and you're like
question.
back to back to back to back to back tents.
Yeah.
Like, do they let you leave if you're like, I can't do this anymore, I need to get out of here?
What's the getting out process like on Sunday night or whatever that looks like? Is that Sunday night? Do they leave? Maybe Monday morning.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
like
so
one
crazy.
car at a time. Like, what are we looking at here?
It must be Monday, yeah. And then do people ever stay the whole week in between?
I don't know if you're allowed to.
I would love to know.
Okay, Coachella people, let us know. Fill us in. We've never been there.
We clearly have never been, and I have questions.
We must know. But yeah, no, we have a lot of questions. I also need to know if anyone saw Alix Braxton Berrios. Did they talk? Did they hang out? Are they together? What's going on? She liked his photo again. Did I send that to you?
Really? No.
She liked his photo again.
Alex,
like recently.
Guys, just get back together.
All the comments were like kind of mean. I didn't love it. They were like, she doesn't deserve him. I'm like, guys, she's so young. Like, heaven forbid you break up with a boy because you're like, I don't know myself and I've never been single and whatever. Like, give the girl a break, but also get back together with Braxton.
I think it's hard because it's like the level of visibility that they have. It's like she can't do anything in private, because it's like, how often did you stalk your ex's like Instagram or like still stay in contact and like it wasn't a clean break or whatever because you were kind of like, oh, I miss him and I'm gonna call him, and like, you know, that I feel like is pretty normal when you break up with somebody. But then when you're a celebrity and everyone is watching every single thing that you're doing, it's hard for people, I think, to have grace for you being confused or lonely or regretting your decision, or even just like maybe not regret, but I don't know, was that the right decision? And I felt right at the time, but was it right? And I don't know. And and you're grieving and also trying to move on and like live your life and all these things.
It's also like, I think because she's so successful, people forget how young she is. Like,
agreed.
She just turned 25, 26.
Yeah.
And like, we need to remember that she's not like some 35-year-old, which some people at 35, Amanda, can still make mistakes, even though they're older. So like, you know, like I think people just forget. But she did just put out, what is it?
Real
actives.
Yeah.
And I did buy a couple things.
Yeah. Like, what's your review? Give us the spiel.
I love them. So I got the makeup remover. She put out 4 products right now, but I only got 2. I got the makeup remover, which is like an oil. It's a, what is it? You know,
It's a
like an
melting
oil
balm.
melting balm. Thank you.
Mhm.
So I got that, and then I got this like it go
Serum.
deep serum. Yeah, like the kind in the little dropper. Everyone on like the social media always puts it like on their cheeks, and like
You're not
I've tried
supposed
it.
to.
You're not supposed to do this.
You're not supposed to touch the dropper to your skin.
Thank you. It feels so also crazy. I'm like, I'm not coordinated enough for this. Like, I don't have time for this. I just put it in my
But it's
hand.
also not sanitary for all those influencers who are doing
They
it.
put it back in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to touch it to your face.
Thank you. So when I'm putting it in my fingers, I'm doing it
Put
right.
it in your freaking hands and then apply it.
Thank you. I knew I was doing it right. But yeah, no, I use the makeup. So I was telling Sarah, I've used like one of these like bombs, melting makeup bombs or whatever before, and it just didn't do anything. It didn't take off anything. I didn't like the texture, and whatever. I loved the texture of this. It's like an easy twist bottle, so it like comes up out of the top, so you don't have to like stick your hands in, because she wanted it to be more sanitary than like continuously sticking your fingers in. And then I really like the serum. You're supposed to use it at night, and like build up to it. But I don't break out that often, so I just use it as often as I want. And it's really nice. The only thing I will say is like it has like a sort of like smell, and I think it's supposed to be like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like clean smelling or what it is, but I don't love it. So if the next wave of things could not have that smell, that would be great. I'll have to have you smell it later.
Smell it and see. Yeah.
If I'm crazy. But other than that, I love it. Yeah, yeah, seriously, you're hired. But yeah, no, I really, really liked it. So I will probably, but I use Rhode like face wash, and I use Rhode moisturizer. So I think I'm just gonna like stick to those two right now, until Haley puts out a makeup remover. No, I'm just kidding. I'll stay with Real Actives. I'm looking at you, Haley. Actually, I'm headed to Sephora today or tomorrow to get more Rhode products. So.
Well, Haley's always putting out new stuff, so you never know.
I know. I want her pimple patches.
Yeah, they're cute. They look super cute.
I know. So I'm going to try to get some of those if they have them in stock at Sephora. But yeah, so that's all going on. I feel like we can't not talk about Amanda and West going to one of our fave spots.
The saga continues. I know our fave spot. So Emmett's on Grove. If you guys saw, we love that place. Shout out to our friend Tori who took us there for the first time.
Oh, he'll love that.
We're going to clip this just for you, Tori. We went there with him like a year or more ago. It's been a while. Yeah. But since then, I've been back a million times. And it just is like so good. Such good pizza, good drinks, like good vibes. And yeah, Amanda and Wes were there a couple nights ago. And I'm like, ugh, how dare they contaminate our spot with their gross vibes?
No, truly. And like, I saw this post because she had like a jacket over her head, and everyone's like, Amanda, there's no man in the world that I would be hiding my face for. Like, no man is good enough or worth 100%. All of that.
100%. I'm also like, we also know it's you.
Yeah.
So why are we even pretending? That feels to me like it's for a show.
Yeah.
Not
like you walked in with it around your shoulders.
That feels like it's for show, not like, oh, I don't want people to see me. It's like, no.
Yeah.
You're now making it a bigger deal, and like you're making a scene about it, which also just feels so inauthentic, or like not inauthentic, but not genuine.
Yes.
To be like, oh, I don't want to be seen out with this man who I shouldn't be with.
Like, it's one of those things where like, I think we've talked about this before. Like, if I'm keeping a secret from my best friends, I know it's wrong. Like if I'm doing something where I'm like, oh, I can't tell you or Heather or Lorraine or whatever, like I know that it's wrong, because it should never get to that point where like, oh, like they won't understand, or they will judge me, or they won't accept. And I just feel like if you're like hiding away or like keeping secrets from your friends, you're like embarrassed to say you're going out, like maybe you should really think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And is this worth it? Because in no world, I'm so sorry, in no world are West and Amanda
endgame.
Unless they do it like we say, like on Love Island, where like they're going to stay together just to like try to prove us wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. But like West, I don't know. Men, tell me if this is right, but I know West is like, what did I get myself into?
100%.
Sorry, West, you're trash.
West is trash.
Not to bring it back to last week, but
2.0. West is trash 2.0.
Our opinions have not changed. Oh, but the reunion, I think, films this week. I was saying I need every second of that reunion.
I don't think they should edit a single thing out.
It
We
should
need
just
to
be
see.
live.
It should be live, and give me the 12 hours.
1,000. Bravo. I'm looking at you, Andy. It needs to be at least 3.5 hours, and that's just on the Amanda and West stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, we're not talking about anything else at the reunion. We are talking only about Amanda and West. Like, that is the only thing that needs to be discussed.
And if he does that whole thing where he shuts down, and like I know you haven't seen past reunions, but 2 years ago after he broke up with Sierra and like went on a press tour about how he didn't want to be with her, we should have known. She did know, actually. Sierra did know then. He like sat at the reunion, was like, I just like didn't know how to handle. No, I want none of that. I need full responsibility, and I need you to just sit there and apologize. Like when Sierra's crying and explaining, I want no buts. I just want you to say you did a crappy thing and you're very sorry.
Yep, I agree. I think that I just have all the thoughts, but because I don't. It's so hard because I'm like, could they act any way that makes me then be like, okay, I accept it and we're moving on? Because I think the best thing that they can do is say, we really screwed up, we're really sorry. But also I'm like, but if you guys are still together, then like it's almost kind of like, I don't care about your apology.
Yeah,
because you're still together.
Exactly. I fully agree.
Like, I think the only thing that would make it better if you were like, we screwed up and we're broken up and we're never speaking. And I'm like, yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And the crazy thing is there's 2 spinoffs coming from this show. There's In the City, and
the other one
was like Summerhouse,
like Outer Banks or something.
Oh, something like that. Yeah. And so there's 2 spinoffs. Amanda and Kyle are, I think, in the first one, In the City, with Danielle coming back, which she's controversial to some, but like she's annoying, but like I don't care. She's funny. She's good TV. She's coming back In the City, and so that'll be interesting to see because I think Amanda and Kyle talk about their like starting to get divorced situation, and then West is supposed to be like the bridge between Summerhouse and Summerhouse, this new show that's coming out. And I wonder if they're like already filming or moving forward with that. Like, are they starting this summer? Like, what is he going to be on this Summerhouse? Like, I have so many questions, and I wonder if they'll talk about it on the reunion.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's going to be crazy. I feel like before the reunion, Sarah, and like you can deny this challenge, but I do feel like we kind of need to watch West and then Sierra from the beginning. It's only 3 seasons, but like I feel like we should watch their story over time, and then now we can like dissect Amanda.
Okay, got it. I did see, which I don't know how many of you have seen or are following as closely, but did you see that Amanda and West both posted on June 5th, 2025? And Amanda posted, it was like a bunch of selfies or photos from like a shoot. Like she was getting her hair and makeup done. I don't know what it was for, but she posted on June 5th, and the caption was, broke my marriage vows. And the song on the post, it's still up, you can go look at it as of today, was Sue Me.
And which is annoying because you know I love that song.
Yes, I know you know that song. It's Sue Me, I Want to Be Wanted, right?
Freaking
the
love
lyric.
that song.
So West also posts on June 5th, 2025. His is like just a bunch of images, some from Summerhouse or at least the friend group, just like kind of a bunch of random images. But his song is by MGK, My Ex's Best Friend. On the same day they posted that with those songs.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
Like, what is going on?
It's
and if that
crazy.
was, that cannot be a coincidence.
No. And it just feels nasty if that's true. Like, it just feels really unacceptable if that's the case.
Agreed. And if that is the case, like, neither of you care about Sierra. And that is so mean and so conniving and so calculated that I'm like, gross.
Yeah.
Like, good riddance. Get out of my life.
No, truly. I'm so over like them being a thing, and obviously I don't want like anyone to be like sad, but like I don't know, just find other people, like be happy with other people. I don't know, it's so annoying.
I think the thing is, especially for Amanda, West is one thing, but I'm like, Amanda, you're still married. I get it. No one likes Kyle. I don't like Kyle either, but sorry, Kyle.
No, we're not.
Right, exactly. No one likes Kyle, so whatever. I get it. I get that you don't want to be with him. I get that you're getting a divorce, but like, be alone. Figure out who you are without Kyle and what you're doing next. Why did you jump straight into bed with your best friend's ex? Like, take a minute. Just take a minute.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. It's just like so problematic, and that's how I feel the same. I feel the same way about like Jesse and Marciano, where it's like,
Yeah.
Jesse, just be single and like be
Hmm.
okay being single, but instead you jump into this relationship or whatever the heck is going on with you too. And it's like, what is wrong? Like, what happened to women and men and everyone that it's like we can't just like be single? Like, I'm not saying be single forever,
Right.
but it's like, even like from like a therapist standpoint, like I feel like I know myself so well because I've been by myself, right? Like, and that's not the only way to know yourself, but like when people just hop and hop and hop and hop, and it's like you either don't know how to be alone, or it's scary to be alone, or when I'm alone, I have to process things that I don't want to, so it's just easier, or I need attention,
Yeah.
whatever that is. I just like, it feels sad when I see it because I'm like, I just want you to like be able to be alone and like be okay being alone. I don't know. And that maybe
Yeah.
that's just me. I don't know if you feel the same way.
I think, yeah, I think I just, as someone who doesn't jump from relationship to relationship, I think there's part of me that doesn't understand it. And then there's part of me that's like, I don't get why you can't just be on your own. And, but
Yeah.
I don't have the therapist brain to dissect it. I'm just like, I don't get it.
I'm over here like, I really think it's there. It's like, don't get it.
And
You're
I'm like,
dumb.
don't know. I don't really have much thoughts about it, honestly. I think it's dumb. No, I think too. I saw the photographer. I guess Jesse and Marciano were doing a photo shoot that they were together. That's why they were together. Well,
They
one,
put a lot of things under the guise of a photo shoot.
yes. Wait,
Like
what?
Chase. Like Jesse was like,
Yes,
oh, we
yes,
were just doing a
yes.
photo shoot. And now I'm like, stop doing photo shoots for what?
Well, so the photographer posted when the post that Marciano made where it's him and Jesse like in the backyard or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, the photographer posted those photos, and I don't know if it's for merch or what, because Marciano has like a hat on that he's wearing. And in which case I'm like, are you just screwing with us? Like, are you just laughing at us for us thinking that you guys are together? Or are you guys actually together? Because they also are hanging out. And then it's like they both posted stories that looked like he was in her house. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what is going on? And I'm like, it feels like, I don't know. It just feels like we're being played with a little bit, which like
Yeah.
maybe they're kind of like, all you can do is laugh about it. So like it is what it is. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
also like, do you guys like all of this like bad juju attention that you're getting from people
Yeah.
like hating you online? Or are you
Yeah.
just going with it because that's
Yeah.
what you can do? I don't know.
I know. I don't really get it either. Where it's like, oh, well, the show blew up, so now I have to like keep attention. I don't really get it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't understand it. Yeah. I don't really know what's going on with them, but I'm so over that
Yeah, I'm
whole.
over it.
I need like a good, like at least 3 months without them, like that whole cast doing anything. Like just sit down,
Agreed.
relax, let us breathe.
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't. Oh, speaking of though, Dakota's gonna be on freaking Unwell, like that show that Winter Games or whatever she has going on, and that like grinds my gears. I saw someone make a video about Alex Cooper, and it just really, I feel like, summed up like her in a nutshell. And then Alex Earl reposted it, so like confirms.
Ayo.
But they were saying like, I wish that Alex Cooper and Call Her Daddy was not the first place that people went after something happened. And then someone commented like something like, oh my gosh, you got divorced? Like, I love that. Like, I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
And that just is literally what happens. Like, big scandal. They go immediately on Call Her Daddy to like spill it all. And then it's like, okay, so why did you end up like slashing his tires and you went to jail? Like, oh my God, that's epic, girl. Like, icon.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like, this feels so wild to me. And they were like, she's just not a girl's girl. Like, she's there. What do they call her? Oh, an ambulance chaser.
Yeah.
Like, she's there to get the story. She doesn't actually
Mhm.
genuinely care about like you getting your voice out or getting your voice heard. She's there to make sure she gets the story. And that's what like this Unwell show feels like. You got villains and all these things from
Yeah.
controversial people from all these different worlds and put them on a show together. Just feels like, how can I make the most chaos possible?
Yep.
Congratulations.
and capitalize the most off of people's bad edits or bad behavior, which just is like not it kind of we already kind of talked about how it just feels like you're intentionally making trash TV that's
Yes.
not it just doesn't feel good. It feels a little bit like icky.
Agreed. Icky is the perfect word for
Icky.
it. We hate it. Yeah, no, I don't love it. I'm not going to be watching it.
Agreed. We're not watching.
But I'm just like annoyed. I saw the trailer like come up and I like watched the trailer and I'm like, this feels so insane. And then they have Joe and Serena, who we love. So I don't really understand what's happening.
I'm like, how did they get mixed into all of this?
No
They're like,
idea.
this is a great opportunity. And
Yeah,
meanwhile,
and they were like, we need someone to like for people to love and
to
cheer on.
balance out the crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. So it'll be really, really interesting. But I won't be watching, so I'll be seeing if anyone posts about it or cares.
Just to briefly touch on Dakota and Taylor, she came out with information that like he slammed her head into the car or the car dash or something and was like hitting her in the car. And I just am like, that whole situation makes me sick. And the fact that Dakota hasn't been pulled from that show is insane to me. Like, if they already filmed it, I get it, but like he shouldn't be aired.
Yeah.
And like, that's another element of that where I'm like, Alex Cooper, what the are you doing?
1000%.
Get him off the show.
Get him off the show. And like, I don't know, she hasn't really said anything to it, like about it. She hasn't like addressed like the controversy behind it or like her thoughts on it. I don't think she cares.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Which is problematic to me, but whatever, what do I know? That's really like I feel like a lot of what's going on right now, and
that's a lot of stuff. So
a lot of stuff. So to recap, Bieber is life. Is really what I got from that.
It's the bright light in all of this insanity. Is Bieber. Justin and Haley and Baby Jack.
Oh God, I love them. And Mom and Dad, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All day I'm just gonna be I said earlier, I was like, Olivia, hallelujah.
She's like, I heard him say it. I was like, yeah, totally.
I think I heard it.
You sure did.
You guys should really get your ears cleaned.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's talk about what we're reading. Yeah. I could literally talk about Bieber for 100 years. So
she'll be doing her own spinoff podcast just about Justin Bieber.
So really quickly, last thing on that, I saw this thing that was like, I don't even remember the number, but it was like thousands of people at one time had Mrs. Bieber as their email, like Mrs. Bieber, like whatever. And at one point I did, and at one time I was in a group of people and I asked my phone something and it was like, yes, Mrs. Bieber.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, so we're still doing that. Yes, I love that. Thank you, iPhone.
Oh my God.
So
I love that.
So anyway, there was a time. And it's now.
And it still is now. It is current time.
Oh man. So okay, what are we reading right now?
Well, I don't really have any updates. I'm still reading Canticle and
what is that one again?
It's a historical fiction. It's about a young girl who I think what happens is that she runs away from home and joins like either a nunnery or a convent or some sort of, it's like a religious, but it's set in like the 1300s, I think, in Bruges. So it's like I think there's a love element, but I don't really know. I think it's historical fiction.
Okay, nice. Well, I'm reading and almost done with Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, unsure. So I had Ruth Ware and Andy Weir. War. So yeah, I am reading this book mostly because I've had a lot of recommendations to read it. So that's one. 2, it's going to be a movie, or it is a movie right now in theaters. And 3, just because, that was it. 2 reasons. And I am really enjoying it. There's a lot of science, but I was telling Sarah, like the science is like interesting and it's not like, it is a big part of the story, obviously, but like, I don't need to remember like, the details. I just need to know like the big things like astrophage. In case you're reading it and not listening to it, that is how you pronounce that word, astrophage. So yeah, it's really good. I'm excited to finish it and see the movie. I heard that people cried in the movie, so I'm like, well, gosh, how's this book gonna end? Something sad already happened right now that I just got to last night, and so really bummed about that. But we'll see how it goes. But I feel like watching it is gonna be really freaking sad. So But it's a good book. You know me, that's like not usually my jam. So for me to say that I'm really enjoying it is a big thing.
It's a big deal.
So that's it for this week.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging with us.
Thanks
and we'll
for
see
hanging.
you next time.
Bye.
Bye.